Good evening. I'm going to call this February 11th, 2019, City Council of the City of Coolidge, Arizona, regular meeting to order. The invocation will be presented by the Reverend Lonnie Hutchins with the First Christian Fellowship Church. And then after that, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Mayor. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we come together tonight on business for the city of Coolidge. We ask each and everybody that is here get a chance to express what they come for and do it in an orderly manner. And we ask you, God, to please keep your hand upon each one of the council members and everyone that is here tonight. We ask in God's gracious holy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reverend. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to call the roll, please.
Councilmember Jimmy Walker.
Here.
Councilmember Tina Kaufman. Councilmember Steve Hudson.
Here.
Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
Vice Mayor Jackie Henry.
Here.
Councilmember Ben Navarro.
Here.
And Councilmember Tatiana Murrieta. Thank you. We have a quorum, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Irma. Under presentations, item number 4, the monthly report and business spotlight recognitions by the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Our spotlight for February is the Avocado Nursery. Phil Bond could not be here tonight, and they're not feeling very well. But I wanted to really, they started back in 1982. He's been a beacon in our community. He's been involved with 4-H and FFA and very involved in the community, and they have a really unique nursery there. So, but he'll be at our luncheon, and we have a great article in the newspaper about him, or in our newsletter. Now, our reinvestments for December are Santan AC Comfort Pros, Brown Coolers Furniture and Appliance, Chandler Ginning Company, Coolidge Engine and Pump, Nutrien Ag Solutions, formerly known as Crop Production, Sun Life Family Health Center, Coolidge Examiner, Coolidge Glass and Mirror, Garrett Motors, McDonald's of Coolidge, Tractor Supply Company, Walmart, and United Way of Pinal County. I wanted to tell you about our Shop Local program that you, the City Council, and the City, along with the Chamber, have partnered with businesses about. We had our second one. There was 127 entries, which we collected over $20,500 in receipts. It was really cool, people coming up and talking about shopping locally and how important it was to them. They really shared that with us. Our statistics for December were 88,620 hits on the website, walk-ins at 841, which was up 10%, phone calls 297. We didn't send out any relocation packets. Top state that visited us was South Dakota and Minnesota. I bet they'd like to be here now. Top foreign countries was Canada. And I was going to talk a little bit about the permits. For December, we had 49 permits, which is up 113% from last year. Year comparison from 2017 and 18, valuation is up 162%, and permits were up 39%. So for a total of 2017 permits was 246. 2018 it was 341. So we can see it's really happening. The Casa Grande ruins, December, the count was way down for December, 57%. And I know the mayor and the superintendent of the ruins are working on some things to try to improve that. But in an overall year, it was down about 16.9%. For the month of December, they had 2,644 visitors. Year-to-date was 77,743. Some of the events coming up, we have a new business in town, Coolidge Pediatricians. I have to say, they came to Coolidge because they have an office up in the Santan area, and they had so many people coming there from Coolidge that they opened an office here, so I'm really glad to have them. But we're having a ribbon cutting for them in February 16th. We have the Rotary auction coming up on February 16th. And our membership luncheon is on the 20th. Ribbon cutting for the library is on the 22nd. And March 1st through the 3rd is Cotton Days. Any questions?
No? Any questions? No?
Thank you.
Ma'am? Thank you. Now moving to the call of the public. This is the time of the meeting where if anybody in the audience has anything they want to say to address the council, please step forward to the podium, state your name and your address, and you have 3 minutes to speak with us. I'm not seeing anybody in the back row or anybody's relatives group. Okay, then I guess we'll move out of call to the public and move into approval of minutes and discussion and action. For item 5, the City Council regular meeting of January 14th, 2019. Item 6, regular council meeting of January 28th, 2019. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes?
No.
No? No? And hearing nothing, well, I need a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We'll move into business items for consent. Is there any item that any member of the council wishes pulled off the agenda for separate, to deal with it separately?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Down here? Okay. Item 7, consider approval of a special event liquor license application submitted by Mr. Steve Hudson for the St. James Catholic Church located at 401 West Wilson Avenue, Coolidge, Arizona, for their annual St. James Festival being held on Sunday, February 24th, 2019. Item 8, consider approval of a special event liquor license application submitted by Ms. Helen Newharth with the Greater Casa Grande Chamber of Commerce for their annual event to be held on Wednesday, March 27th, 2019 at the Kaywood Farms located at 841 East Highway 87, Casa Grande, Arizona. Item 9, consider approval of entering into an agreement between the State of Arizona and the City of Coolidge Police Department for continued participation in the Arizona Law Enforcement Support Office Program. Okay.
Mayor, with no further discussion, I make a motion that we approve consent agenda items 7, 8, and 9 as read, please.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the ayes have it. Business under regular items. Ordinance number 19-01. An ordinance of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Arizona, rezoning certain parcels of land from manufactured home residential, R5, and multifamily residential, R3, to recreational vehicle/park model, R6, consisting of 18 acres, more or less, located near the intersection of Arizona Boulevard and Gibson Avenue in Coolidge, Arizona. Mr. Lopez?
Good evening, Mayor Thompson, Vice Mayor Henry, council members. This rezoning request is on behalf of Ritz LLC, and it's for 1050 South Arizona Boulevard. It's also known as Indian Skies RV Park. It's about 18 acres, and it's a 55-plus community of park models, RVs. There's a few, I think, manufactured homes in there also. But the owners wish to add additional RV spaces towards the back, and the zoning that's being requested would allow them to add RVs towards the back and really expand it kind of along the economic development efforts we've been doing for expansion of different businesses we've been meeting with and everything. So this would accommodate them to add additional spaces, and have some RV parking. We've seen RVs throughout town kind of just being in places, and this will give them a place to park. So now we can say, hey, you go to Indian Skies and there are spaces there available for you. So this request was heard by the Planning and Zoning Commission. They heard a public hearing on January 9th, and they sent it forward with a recommendation of approval to the City Council. We published the public hearing on December 26th in the Coolidge Examiner. So we're recommending Mayor and City Council approve the zoning of 18-plus acres from, right now it's currently R5 and R3, and then we'd convert it to vehicle park model R6, and that would be an overlay for the top of the whole thing. And I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Was there did they have to notify the surrounding neighbors at all?
Mayor Thompson, yes, they met all the requirements required.
And
Yeah,
was there any comments from anybody in or outside of the park regarding this issue?
Mayor Thompson, we did not have any comments.
Okay. And the 18 acres, how many, is they going to develop the whole 18, not right away, or you don't know?
Well, Mayor Thompson, that includes all of the properties existing, so I think it's probably about a third of it left in the back. Tim,
Okay.
is that about right? About a third of it? So it's, I'd
And
say
the-
like
And the part, is
maybe
the
4
part to
acres?
the south included too?
There's a small piece just to the south that's adjacent that was this part of this rezoning.
that's the R3. It's just a little piece, and then the rest of it's towards the west.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? All right, down here. Okay. If there's no questions, I need
Mayor, make a motion to approve item number 10, ordinance number 19-01 as read.
Second.
okay, Norma?
Councilmember Hudson,
Yes.
Councilmember Kaufman,
Yes.
Councilmember Walker,
Yes.
Councilmember Navarro,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Henry,
Yes.
and Mayor Thompson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gil. Item 11, declare emergency and purchase replacement dispatch equipment that was damaged from a lightning strike in September 2018 from Motorola, Corsairso, and CDW totaling $425,784.44, and request to increase capital funds in the amount of $83,208.97. Southwest risk, to cover remaining balance of $342,575.47. Whoa. It's a committee. Chief, go ahead, lead off. You're the leadoff hitter, huh?
Mayor Thompson, Vice Mayor Henry, and council members. Police staff recommends the City Council approve the emergency purchase of dispatch equipment from Motorola, GoCirco, and CDW. Since the damage occurred, the dispatchers have been operating with only handheld portable radios, and none of our radio communications have been recording, both of which are unacceptable in this day and age of public safety communications technology. For the safety of our citizens and employees, it's imperative we move forward with the purchase and replacement of the equipment. Selection of the vendors was based on the products previously installed and the availability of the vendor to complete the installation quickly. Motorola will replace Motorola products, and GoCirco will replace the Eventide recording hardware and software that was previously purchased from GoCirco. A UPS, which is an uninterrupted power supply device, will be purchased from CDW. The total replacement cost, $425,784.44, will be covered by, first of all, Southwest Risk, our insurance, $342,575.47. The balance, the remaining balance of $83,208.97 will be covered with capital funds. Those capital funds are actually coming from the police department. For our current fiscal year, we were allotted 2 patrol Tahoes. This is approximately the price of one of those Tahoes plus the fully equipment that would go inside of it. Tonight also we have Commander Mark Tercero, who is the project manager on the replacement of this equipment, and Motorola, our Motorola vendor representative, Mike Colvin. Between the three of us, hopefully we can answer any questions you might have. Oh, and we have Fire Chief Dillon.
Oh, well,
Last but surely not least.
kind of hiding behind that big guy with the beard. Those handhelds, do they reach to the boundaries of our city limits very well or not really?
There are places where they do not
I
reach.
just wondered, because I know a lot of times they don't work for us, so. Okay, and the conversations aren't being recorded, and this will all be taken care of. When I looked at the schedule in there, it seems like it's going to take quite a while to do it. Is there any reason that it's going to take so long?
We're going to expedite it as much as possible. We're going to expedite it as much as possible. I've already gotten all the appropriate teams ready. Most of the stuff can ship fairly quickly, and we'll do our best to make it happen as quickly as possible.
Because I know when you look at the schedule, it takes a while. It goes through
Yeah, it's a
number of
boilerplate
months.
schedule
Okay.
that we usually do on most projects, but this one will be a little different.
All right, so, any questions down here?
Just comment.
Go ahead.
I'm glad to see it's finally happening. I've been just north of town talking to one of the officers, and he's out with his portable radio like in the old days, trying to get, reception, and it's just a huge safety issue, and I'm glad to finally get this done.
Anything down here?
My one question is, what are you going to do about the possibility of another lightning strike? What are you doing to solve that issue if it happens again?
That's an excellent question. We are going to do a full, what we call an R56 grounding. So the equipment will all be grounded. There will be breaking points so that if lightning does hit, it'll break earlier so that the rest of the equipment doesn't get damaged. So we can't stop lightning, obviously, but we can mitigate the amount of damage that happens when lightning does happen. When you've got a 100-foot tower, you're the tallest thing, and lightning is going to hit it eventually. And so you just want to mitigate that as much as possible.
Okay. And then I guess the only follow-up question I have is, what kind of warranty comes with this? Is there any coverage if, there is a lightning strike, equipment is damaged, or is this an act of God thing? And
Yeah, act of God's not going to cover your warranty. That's nothing that we can. This really would be our fault as the manufacturer. But we do have a warranty built into it. At least the first year is fully warranted. Everything.
That's all I have.
Liz, Mary, you have anything?
No, I talked to Rick the other day, and I get, my question was, it was declared an emergency, and it happened back in September, so just so that the public knows, it was because trying to get it taken care of with insurance. That's what was, took so long, so I just wanted to reiterate that.
I did talk to the insurance companies during this process, and I kind of beat them up a little bit, saying this is a public safety issue for the town of
Right.
Coolidge, and they responded that they were working on all the fire stuff in California, so they it is what it is.
Okay. Commander DeCero, do you have anything you want to add to this? I see you ramrodded the project, so I want to give you a chance.
I would like to add that there is, like she said, a silver lining to this. Prior to the lightning strike, the Coolidge Police Department was operating with a dispatch system. The model of it was a Motorola 5500. Although it did serve our needs at the time, because of this lightning strike, we were able to get the Motorola 7500. The 7500 system is far better. This is going to allow us future expansion into the 800 megahertz system, which Pinal County Sheriff's Office has already jumped on board with, and they've already established the infrastructure throughout the county. So once we get this done, all we need to do is upgrade our mobile radios and establish a microwave link, and we're good to go.
That was going to be my next question, because after reading through 100 pages or so of their contract and everything that goes with it, which was very interesting reading, by the way, I wondered about that, if they were going to be able to talk to the county and talk to DPS and the other agencies.
Yeah, that was one of our main goals, and
Okay.
when we looked at this, was to definitely give that ability when we replaced this.
Yeah, because a lot of times on some of those things, in the old days, I'm sure, Jimmy, you have two different radios, and you're talking to one department on one and one department on the other, but, and it'll work for the fire department too. Is that right, Chief? Yeah.
Correct. It's
Thanks, Mark.
The fire department has upgraded its radios in the past couple of years through Department of Homeland Security grants. So we already have dual band radios in place. We just need the main system, which is going to be this dispatch system, in order to use our full capacity.
Okay, good. Yeah, so do we have any idea of how much it will cost for the next phase with the radios to make them where they can all communicate with the county? Because I know when that happened, actually it was after 911, Chief, I'm sure you remember
Mayor Thompson, this project will get us approximately halfway there.
Halfway.
It will cost about the same amount over again to equip us with all of the radios, and the handhelds, and then the vehicle radios. We have just been notified, though, that we are likely to get a grant that's going to get us, kind of start us in that direction also, that'll pay for 10 handheld radios.
Oh, good.
It'll be of the 800.
Well,
So
good deal.
we're partway there.
Well, that's good. Maybe Motorola will throw something in, They seem to be pretty good driving. I know they're driving very nice cars. See that? I hope nobody, your car will be fine, don't worry. If we have to have another car that looked like yours, it's just coincidence. But
Again, the silver lining, too, is that the 5500 within the next year or so will not be maintained any longer by Motorola. So the timing on this was actually very good.
so we were going to have to do something one way or the other anyway, weren't we?
Correct.
So, at least the lightning hit it, and insurance covered 2/3 of it, so that's not bad. Okay. Anybody have any questions or anything? No? Anything else, you guys? Okay. All right. In that case, we need a motion to do something.
Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
I move to approve item number 11 as read.
Is there a second somewhere?
Second.
Okay. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Congratulations.
Mayor Thompson, Council, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Well, now we will have a report from the mayor and council and city manager. Did you have any? Well,
Just real quick, hats off to the fire department, police department. All you read the article about the little boy that was choking last week, a couple weeks ago. Just good job, and I hope I get the ranks right. Captain Shaw, Engineer McCullough, and Officer Fulton with the PD, and of course the medics from AMR. I think it's days like that when those in public safety kind of realize, yeah, this is why I do what I do. And good job by all of them. Hats off to Ricky and all the volunteers that coach the youth basketball. I go down twice a week, just about, and that if you haven't been down there, if you don't, that's a blast. I mean, it's kind of basketball, football, boxing, rugby. It's just a blast. If you get a chance, go down and watch these little ones play, and I think I have more fun than they do. That's it.
thank you. Tina?
Well, I'm going to be kind of quiet this meeting. I've got nothing to report. I will say again, kudos to our officers and support folks out there. Get the notices of the activity that you guys have been participating in and the good job that you're doing. You're really doing what you can and should do to protect our community, and we appreciate it and want to tell you thank you.
Thank you. Steve. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I attended the breakfast for the mayor last Thursday, and it was a good turnout. Actually, one of the best turnouts we've had in a long time. A lot of good information, having a lot of business people there, and finding out what Coolidge is doing. And then I just want everybody to keep the Arredondo family in your prayers. They lost a loved one this past weekend, so just keep them in your prayers.
Thank you, sir. Ben?
I wanted to agree with Councilman Walker. I see him over there. My grandson's playing in the basketball league, and it is just an absolute riot to see these kids almost rolling around on the ground. It's really entertaining. Also, I made it out to the fly-in this past Saturday. It's the first time I've actually been out there for that, and really surprised by the turnout, and it's very interesting. I would say that if anybody had a chance to go out there and check it out, support the Lions and everything, it's really interesting. It's worth your time. What I did this weekend.
I would like to thank all city staff, and I attended Terry Bishop's retirement party and the fly-in, which there was a lot of planes and a lot of people there. It was really awesome. I even had a classmate bring his grandson down from the valley to it. They really enjoyed it. I attended the CAG legislative day with the mayor and the city manager and Gilbert, and also attended the breakfast with the mayor.
Rick?
I'll just say, in our department head meeting this morning, Matt Rencher, our Public Works Director, did inform us that he'll be going down for the pre-construction conference on the Arizona Boulevard traffic signal at Ruins Drive. So hopefully that'll be getting launched here in the next 60 days or so. I think he reported to us last time it'd be about a 60-day turnaround for that traffic signal and the improvements that we'll be making at the median. So that's a much-needed project. And Mayor, I know you were very, very tied to that project and kept the pressure on ADOT and others to get the signal there, and I know it's one that the community's wanted for some time, so good work on that.
It was long overdue. And that project, I think it was either 60 or 165 days was the limit that the successful bidder got to complete it from start to finish. So hopefully get it done before something else goes wrong and we have to have, it's amazing, 4 years to get a stoplight. But anyway.
Well, one other thing I might mention, that we did receive notice that we did receive the ADOT Partnering Award for the project on Main Street, Main and Central. So an upcoming transportation or roads conference are going to be providing that award to the city of Coolidge and the contractor. So that was a real stark contrast from the contractor that we had working on Central Avenue, which project was full of problems. This was a complete reversal of that, and we're getting recognized by ADOT for that partnering award. Everybody worked great together on that project. As complicated as it was, it turned out very well.
It was night and day. Totally different.
It was.
Yeah. I attended the CAG Legislative Day, which I thought was pretty well. We actually had some representatives and senators show up for a change. In the years past, they were too busy to come over and address the group, but this year they did. We got a chance to talk to them. We did have the breakfast with the mayor. One of the most important things for Coolidge, though, was the legislature and governor finally got a deal with the on the Colorado River Compact, which will really have an impact on us, especially us around here. It's only for 7 years, but it gives them 7 years to work out the next one, and hopefully they'll get it worked out. But there were a lot of things involved in it. A lot of people maybe didn't get everything they want, but Arizona's kind of almost at the last of the list for that Colorado River water. So we were lucky to do as well as we did. And I would say that now the legislature is in session. They're dropping bills left and right over there. I would urge everyone to keep in contact with their legislator or their senator, because there's some pretty wild bills going on over there. And some of them wouldn't be very beneficial, in my opinion, to the cities and towns or the citizens in the cities and towns. So you need to keep an eye on it, jump on your computer, get on their website, read some of those bills and see what, with all the problems we have, seemingly, they want to straighten the cities out more than anything else. And the last time I checked, we were balancing our budget and getting it done in a timely fashion. They can't do that very often. So, and we haven't raised taxes around here. And they're looking to raise the gasoline tax 25 cents a gallon over the next 5 years, plus the $32 fee that they've instituted. So, I mean, you need money for roads, but there's a lot of things like that going on down there. So I urge everybody to keep aware and look and see what they're doing. So, and that's all I have. My condolences go out. I missed the fly-in because I was at a funeral for one of our families here in Coolidge, and that's the first one I think I've missed in I don't know how long time. But you know, sometimes loyalty to the community comes before other things. So I thank you all for attending tonight, and if there's nothing further, we need a motion. Wait a minute, you haven't said anything the whole meeting, and we're paying you, so say something. Tell us good evening.
What did you say,
Tell us good evening. Have a nice night. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we do. And it might not be such a good evening after that, but anyways, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, everybody. We're out of this meeting.